Hello class, this is just a quick review of APA style as you get ready to do your research paper. As you notice on this sheet, it is not for this class, but it was for my EDU 1003 class. It is not a comprehensive thing about APA style, it's just to touch on things that you should remember about APA style. So for this class, you don't need to know what it is, although it's right there if you need it, or why we use it, because you just need to use it. Who uses it? You don't need to know that. Here's the part where your class needs to know. And there are 4 parts to an APA paper, and I would expect your research paper to have a title page. You do not need to do an abstract. You do need a main body, and you do need references. So if we're looking at a title page, here's a sample with the little orange writing will tell you, like what to do and what that thing is. So you could pause on this and get your title page ready. Some students in my other class were saying that they do a title page and then they save it as a title page, and then every time they need a title page, they just go to that one and then it's all formatted for them, and then they just take out the words that are there and put in the new title and then the new subtitle and all that type of stuff. So that might be an idea if you're going to be writing research papers. This is like a real quick scribbly form of what I look for. Okay, so I look for a page number. And that's optional for a title page, by the way, but all the other stuff is there: center line, double space, title and your subtitle are bolded. You hit return 3 to 4 times coming down. And you could just look at this and it's not like neat and clean and beautiful, but it's a scratch page on what I'll be looking for. Again, abstract is the summary of the main points of the paper, which we do not need for this paper because it's not a huge research paper. It's just a smaller type. Then you'll move to your main body, which, remember, you need a paper title at the top of the first page. You center it, and then you start talking. Okay, so this, where's my laser pointer? Is the title right there. Okay, and then it not bolds for the rest of the paper that you are writing. You use the same font throughout the whole paper. I did have someone one time change the font to a smaller font. Everything was Times New Roman 12. He changed it, the last page, to a 10 so that he wouldn't have any hanging off onto the next page. But that made it increasingly hard to read. And so just remember that, to bold the title at the top of the first page. Okay, and then as you go on, you're going to indent your first line, double space, Times New Roman. You can use section headings, like if you want to say, statistics, and then list the statistics, and then, research or whatever. The one thing that the 7th edition does have that's different than the 6th edition of APA style is the very bottom line, only one space between sentences. So that doesn't mean like a vertical space, it's a horizontal space, like when you're typing along and you put a period or a question mark or whatever, and then you use the space 2 times and start the next sentence. But in the 7th edition, you only space 1 time. Although for our paper, it's not that critical, but might as well teach you the right way. Okay, so you go on and you type in your main body, and somewhere you're going to need an in-text citation. You use it, it says right here, anytime you summarize or quote, you're going to put a citation where you got it from, usually the last name and the date of the information. And then if we want to know more details, we'll go to the reference page. Okay, so that one might be something you might want to read over It says turn to the last page of the mini book, but you don't have a mini book, so you can just read the one that's there. And this is what it looks like incorrectly, by the way. You can talk about this one study, and then they list 3 authors and then the um, year, but all you have to do is say Berryman et al. 2018. Same thing here. Okay, references. This is the big page at the end of the paper that everybody worries about. Is it exact and all that stuff? But let's just look over some things. You center the title, and the title is references at the top of the page and bold it. Then you're going to double space everything. Your first line is flush to the left, and then you indent the other lines and put them alphabetically. And your citations, depending on the type of citation, you can look at this and tell what information they need. One thing I'm pointing out here is you don't write retrieved from. Hold on, let me rock back for a minute. Let the cat get off the couch. Gosh, now I can't remember. Oh, you don't write retrieved from. You just put the URL. And I would assume most of you will be using URLs, articles from the internet, or like on the right side, tweets, YouTube videos, blogs, or stuff like that. Okay? If you have questions, all you have to do is look under apastyle.apa.org, and that's a place where you could go reference. I hesitate when people say they go to Citation Machine or something where you type in the stuff and it gives you back the formatted citation, because a lot of times they don't do it correctly. So if you're not sure, look it up for yourself. To be super honest with you, I like APA style, but I'm not psychotic about it, so I'm not going to hunt you down if there's a period in the wrong place. I'll probably just write it in. But there are points for doing it correctly. Okay, thanks.